Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this final full week of January 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in, please? Okay, so, interesting card. This is Viking specific, okay? It's the Tree of Life with the 9 worlds. It's very difficult for people to agree on exactly how to explain the Tree of Life. What I would say about it, okay, is one side is kind of like the hidden, okay, and the dark. And the other side is very bright and hopeful and optimistic, and there's a lot of light shed on it. Now, the top half is the bit that is supposed to be, blooming and seeding and, have the life, the leaves part of it. And the bottom is roots. And it's very barren, okay? So for me, because it's got this circle around the middle, it's very much like the Magician card. So when it's upright, it's kind of like hopeful. And when it's reversed, it's like, I think everything's against me, And there's actually a dragon. So these mythical creatures are very central, aren't they, to the sea, in Viking lore and mythology and Viking legends. And I think they would attack the Vikings as they travelled across the sea. They had sea witches, didn't they? And what's that octopus type thing? I bet you're shouting at the screen now. The Kraken. Is it an octopus or a squid? The Kraken and stuff like that. So I think that looks bizarre as well. They look really strange. They remind me of mermaids' purses. Those, the way they tangle into seaweed and they sit there exactly like that. And then is it dogfish or something and come out of them? Or something, sharks, some kind of, creatures are born out of them. So I kind of look at the bottom, when it's upright, I think is someone who's more optimistic. But when it's reversed, it looks more barren, doesn't it? With that almost doesn't look like roots, it looks like a tree of its own, but in winter, where everything's barren and kind of dead looking. Or stagnant. So these are the kind of ways, as a tarot reader, you're very welcome to Google the Tree of Life. It's a complicated thing, but in tarot I just read it intuitively. Okay, so you've actually got it reversed. So what it makes me think is a sort of pessimistic point of view, Pisces. So almost like the Wheel of Fortune reversed, yeah? Or the Magician card reversed, you don't feel you've got what it takes because the fates are against you, or you've had a run of bad luck. Things are not, going well right now. These are the sort of general vibes that I get from the card being reversed. Because rainbows are good luck and your rainbow is reversed, okay? The moon is things that are hidden, like secrets, fears, being afraid of the dark, being afraid of what's unknown. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Pentacles reversed, okay? So feeling like we haven't cultivated enough, we haven't achieved enough, we're reflecting, and we're concerned that we haven't laid enough foundation for a good future. Okay, because Seven of Pentacles upright is just reflection. It can be good, it can be bad. It's just a period of reflection. But reversed, you know, Pentacles are investment. I've not invested enough, or what I've invested is now being lost. It does follow, doesn't it, with the card that we've just had. I'm not sure why we've got so many out, but let's take them, because I know it'll infuriate people if I don't. Wow. Oh my god, yes, we've got the Wheel of Fortune there. We've got the Hanged Man reversed. We've got Love Lost, the Judgment, Tower Moment reversed, Page of Wands, Knight of Cups. Wow, that's quite powerful actually. Let's go through one by one. So the Knight of Cups is upright, so this is very romantic, heavy. You know, you've got a heavy heart, like you're also preoccupied with the idea of love, with presenting your love to somebody, okay? Proposing your love to somebody, offering your cup of emotion to them. It's a Romeo and Juliet vibes, okay? We've got the Page of Wands, which fits really nicely. Excited, okay, for the beginning of a new adventure. Now, the Tower is a major arcana and we've got it reversed. So the Tower card, when it's upright, is major change. You see the dragon here, actually, so let's focus on that for a minute. The dragon is here to pull everything down that's in existence. And what happens, it's like lava, that, isn't it? The way it's melting everything and people are just in flames and like throwing themselves out of what was there. You see the light at the top, okay? This light is the beginning of something brand new. So what's really bizarre to me is we've got romance, excited for the start of a new adventure when it comes to love. But then we've got this opposite of the Tower, so there's an avoidance of a Tower. So what that tells me so far is you could be resisting moving on to someone new, or there could be delays with moving on to someone new. Normally this means like the avoidance of the Tower, and the Tower can be caused by you, it can be caused by your person, or it can be caused by the divine if you refuse to change. So let's get some more cards and see what is going on here. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles, looking for equal give and take. The Five of Wands reversed, trying to avoid arguments, conflict, physical fights, or mental, emotional conflict inward. We're trying to avoid it. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, someone's removing their investment into this. The Wheel of Fortune reversed, major arcana. Okay, so this to me suggests bad luck, karma, cycles, not learning your lessons, getting trapped in a cycle of offering your love to people, you know, looking for equal investment and not getting it back. The Strength card, major for Leo. Trying to be brave, trying to be strong. There's a need to persevere and tough it out. The Nine of Wands reversed. Okay, so the the Nine of Wands upright is the wounded warrior. It's someone who's really battled, fatigued, like they have battled so hard and now they're war weary and tired, but they're just going to keep going. When it's reversed, it's like, I'm not going anymore. I'm dropping the sword. I'm dropping the spear. You know, I'm dropping the shield and I'm lying down. Like, I'm not carrying these burdens anymore. So the wounded warrior you know, like bows out kind of thing, like they're not going to struggle on. Got the Hanged Man reverse. There's a stubborn energy, okay, a refusal to see another point of view. See, the upright is someone putting themselves in suspension, waiting, thinking, is there another way I could be looking at this? How's everyone else seeing this situation? Like, am I too in this to see the real deal, what is actually going on? Because when we're too far into something, we're so emotionally invested in it that we don't really follow our own advice. You know, if it's someone else, would you continue with it, or would you advise them to stop? The Judgment, okay, the Judgment upright is a call to action. It's like, you need to change what you're doing here, you need to wake up. Whatever you've been doing, do the opposite, okay? There's a call to action. You're being asked by the divine, by the universe, to act. Okay, so that's much clearer to me now. This is like a lack of self-love. Okay, so we're caught in a karmic cycle of going towards people with this heavy heart, this romance, this like... I always struggle to like find the word for like what this... I don't think sullen is the right thing, but it's like a heavy heart because you're just weighed down by how much you like... You know, it's like a hopeless romantic. You put all your eggs into one basket, you fully invest. You're already picturing marrying the person, and I totally do this. But you're all in, you know, from the start, and then it's like they've not really proven themselves yet, but you already invested. So I think there's lessons to be learned here, because what we end up with is this huge cup of emotion that's just totally empty. It's upside down, all the water drained out of it, you know, and there's a call to action to snap out of that. And if you look at the other two cards that you got, it's I've not moved anywhere, I've worked hard, I've invested, and yet I haven't got enough. And then we've got this like picture of like lack, you know, where the tree's barren, and I think there's this real urgency within you to settle down, and you could be tempted to, and I hands up because I do this, but you could be tempted to sort of get really excited about people that are not good options, and this is your like thing that you need to work on, you know, with some shadow time, some like, what I'd want to see in the outcome is Virgo the Hermit. Okay, I'd want to see the hermit energy of like looking within, you know, recognising the things that you're doing that are not really healthy or not really smart, you know, because you're just thinking with your heart. Let's get some for your person then. The one that's on your mind. The Seven of Wands reversed. So someone's feeling really like they have not got that competitive edge. They have not got the advantage. For example, if you were going for promotion or going for a job and there was like 3 or 4 other candidates, you feel like shit, they've got like better qualifications than me. Shit, they've got more years of experience than me. Shit, they just seem to get on really naturally with everyone, like they're really smooth. You know, when you're just like really like put off by like how well somebody else seems to be like compared to you. That's how this person feels, okay? Like they're not good enough, like they're losing. And it's weird because you've got that on your side. It's different cards, but it's the same message. Oh my god, It's different cards, but it's the same message. A divine union reversed. So this is like unrequited love. One person is offering a cup, the other isn't. Okay, in the upright, each person is offering the other a cup, and it's equal feelings, being completely in love. You know, made for each other, soulmates, soul bond, soul union. You see the rainbow? This is divinely guided when it's like this. There's actually a lot going on. I don't know if it's clear, but there's two faces coming out of those cups. That will mean something, and you've got the runes as well. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm not that much into Viking stuff. I love the look of the cards, really, and the characters and the artwork, but I don't know anything about runes, so you might be like getting more detail from this than me, but I know that this reversed is not good, and it's very similar to this reversed. Okay, you are mirroring someone that makes the same mistakes. Okay, so they're trying to work together and cooperate with people that they're not on board, not really. This person is not looking for long term, or they're not emotionally available, even if there's parts of them that wants to settle down. They've got issues that stop them from doing that. They're trapped in a cycle of their own. This person's trapped in a cycle of their own, so you're both going to go through an ascension, each of you. Okay, where you learn to draw boundaries, you learn to walk away instead of running towards people. You will, stop chasing them, and you'll turn, doing about turn and withdraw your investment when it's time to, yeah. You'll learn to wait longer before putting your pentacle into the pot. We've got the Fool reverse. Yes, when he's reckless, they jump into stuff. The Five of Cups, trying to heal from disappointment over and over. The Hierophant reverse, someone that hasn't learnt their lessons. The Seven of Cups reverse, delusional. Absolutely delusional. You've got two hopeless romantics here. But hopeless is the operative word. It's no good putting romance on people that don't deserve your romance, Sex and romance are different. Romance has connotations of love, okay? I teach English at the moment, and we were literally doing what is a denotation and what is connotation. A denotation is the facts. The facts are there's unequal amounts of investment, okay, in everything you're going into, and in everything this other person that's showing up in your reading is going into. A banker, if it was like a bank investment, they'd say don't do it. And a financial advisor would be like, don't do it, it's not a safe bet, do not invest in that company, and you're the person that would invest. That's a hopeless romantic, right? So the connotations of offering your cup to someone is that you're hopeful for romance, but in fact it's not a good investment. It's really not. So you're ending up like hopelessly disappointed each time. And if you're going towards someone with the intention of just being a player back, that's fine, isn't it? But to be a martyr, to be a victim and not change, to just keep thinking if I shoot my shot it'll work out, that's pain. That's painful, right? So the fact you two are making these same mistakes is interesting to me. Let's see what comes out in the outcome. The problem is, guys, when you want something too much, when you're obsessed with this goal or the idea of like taking a picture of you and your person with the first house, you know, and like, here's the key, and like, here's our announcement on like Facebook, and like, I just want to have a baby, and why has everyone else got this? It gets further away from you when you do that. Trust me. You've got low vibrational energy, you're desperate for this, you need it, and it gets further away from you because the divine realises like you're actually in a really weak state right now. Okay, so you're in for a period, I know before I even look at the cards, you're in for a period of time alone, looking inward, strengthening, galvanising yourself, getting used to being independent, not codependent and needy. Because codependent, needy people that are delusional and constantly... Manifestation's different. You manifest when you're happily independent and life is going well in all aspects. Neediness, attachment issues, codependency, okay, those are people that have to be with someone, they can't be alone, and all they hanker for is just to settle down, okay? So you're investing in just anybody. And it's not that you're an idiot, it's just a neediness that needs to be worked upon, because that comes from insecurity and fear. So the divine isn't going to give you what you're looking for when you're needy and insecure and fearful. You need to get to a higher state of consciousness and evolution and go for an ascension. And that happens through hard work, believing in yourself, actively doing things in the 3D, applying for jobs, getting promotions, entering yourself onto courses, you know, working on your looks, feeling yourself, going out with your friends, you know, spending time with family, exploring your hobbies, like broaden your horizons when it comes to yourself and what you want for yourself, because you invest in the wrong people and dark things happen when we do that. If you think about, you know, I've done it, so no judgment at all, and this is why I have a tarot channel, because I share very openly and very honestly my mistakes, okay? And hands up, I wanted my knight in shining armour. He was good looking, he was from another country, it was exciting. He turned out to be the darkest person I've ever met, and I thought the sun shone out of him. I believed every lie he told me. I had no reason to think that he would, but I did not see the narcissist coming. I did not see it coming because it fit with what I was looking for, and it suited me to just think there's this lovely guy who's a lovely daddy and he's got a son and isn't that great, and he had all of his family like playing along with it, and then it was just one lie after the next, drama after another drama, threatening behaviour, you know, weapons involved. Like it was insanity. It was absolute insanity, okay? And you won't be the first person to fall for something like that, and you won't be the last, and you've got to forgive yourself if you do, because they're downright liars. They're flat out liars. They get all their family, their children, their parents, their siblings, their friends, their cousins, everybody to lie for them, to keep their terrible skeletons in the closet. And they got them all doing work for you, and this person's just flat out lying to you constantly, and then one day it all blows up and you find out the truth, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. But these karmic lessons, narcissists are karmic lessons. They're sent to you because you are extremely vulnerable right now, and you are going to invest in the wrong person, and that's going to affect your finances, which are going to get drained. You've got too much to lose, and I mean, you've got loved ones that would be put in danger by having this person in your life. You have got savings that will be drained away till there's nothing left. This is a bloodsucker. It's a homosexual. They'll use sex, they'll use what they look like, they'll charm you, they'll give you, you know, like heavy romance poetry, you know, buy you gifts, they'll, you know, look good with babies, say they want children, they want to get married quickly. You don't want that. If someone's rushing you down the aisle, it's for a reason. And you have far more to lose than what you think you do. I didn't think I had much going for me because I was comparing myself to other people. But he got a lot out of me. He got a lot out of me, and one of the worst things he got was he was made to look respectable because he was associated with me. You know, I'm a healthy, functioning member of society, and narcissists look for that. So don't hate yourself. Don't hate yourself because they've calculated that you are someone who's functioning, you get up every day, you go to work, you're responsible, you take care of your responsibilities, you're well thought of in your local community. You know, people will trust you. They attach themselves to people who are functioning because they're chaotic. Okay, so let's get on and let's look at the outcome. But it looks like you and this person have got karmic experience here, and it's cyclical, so there's lessons to learn. And you need to learn them now, or there's going to be consequences, you know, because you'll keep kind of being too trusting.
Jen, want a coffee?
Yes, please. So, Page of Swords upright is observation, watching, doing your research. Ten of Pentacles reverse, guys. Ten of Pentacles upright is lasting generational wealth. It's your savings. You need to, seriously, you need to watch your money. Okay, how much are you spending? How much are you picking up the bill? Has this person always got a reason, you know, like why you got to get the bill this time? Because they've got their eye on your money. The people that you meet, you need to do more research on. You need to wait longer. You need to have higher resistance to, you know, their actions, like focusing on everything, analyse, question, make it difficult. Don't just go, well, it's nice to have a boyfriend right now, it's nice to have a girlfriend right now. Don't do that. Because they're taking you for a ride. I don't think it's this person that is doing it, that's showing up here, because you're mirroring one another. Like, there's insecurity, there's, you know, maljudgment when it comes to who to invest in. There's like a sense of delusion. But it could be them, that could be the narcissist. So I'll clarify. Let's get two more for the outcome. The Page of Pentacles reversed, the Six of Cups upright, and the Two of Pentacles upright. Okay, so in the middle, we've got a soul union. So this is people who've lived together many years. They have a baby, they have a home, you know, a mortgage. They're in cooperation, you know, building for a future together. They have many good memories. The Two of Pentacles is each person investing equally. 2 and 6 were a number of balance. What we've got those in combination with is the Page of Pentacles, so it's a lack of investment into something that's equal. It's just like, it's very clear what the message is, but let's get one more for the outcome. Queen of Wands reversed. Okay, this is someone who is seductive, good looking, manipulative. Hang on a sec. It's just my dad bringing me a lovely big coffee. Do you like my earthenware? I love like the style of this because you can see like the terracotta underneath. This reminds me of like the beach or like snowy Alps. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so the Queen of Wands, when she's upright, it can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, particularly Sagittarius, okay? Because Sagittarius, the archer, is someone who's loving their freedom, they love adventure, you know, they're really brave, they're a go-getter. An archer, you know, hunts down their prey, so you kind of understand why the Queen of Wands is that vibe, but she can also, in the tarot world, if you're doing a love reading, and it's not for a Sagittarius, you know, she can represent someone who's very enticing, and the Queen of Wands can represent in particular a third party or someone who's, you know, in a love triangle and they are the one that's outside of the relationship, okay? So they're involved with someone who's married. They're the other guy, the other woman, right? When that's reversed, it's someone extremely lusting, you know, like they might use their feminine wiles or, you know, their stud power to keep you entertained, you know, and keep you, you know, when it's really good in that department. It's difficult to give that up, especially if you've been very miserable for a long time, you've been alone, you've been feeling really down. Someone really handsome or good looking comes along and they're just all over you. It's nice, it's like, it's nice to have that, but they're appealing to your shadow side and your insecurities, and that's how narcissists work. Again, other tactics are I'm great with animals, or I'm great with babies, I'm safe, or I'm good looking, or I'm good in bed, so you should just let me spend your money, or I'm old and I'm frail, I'm weak, I have illness, you know, I'm like that limping, you know, baby gazelle that needs like you just to take care of me. They have different tactics, narcissists, okay, but they will use in a very negative way, manipulative way, strategic, completely premeditated way. They're like the devil, you know, and they grow in strength the more you fall for it and the longer, you know, that they've got you in their grip. They just struggle to keep the secrets, you know, to themselves because they lie to everyone in their life. Eventually, you know, you talk to each other and you realise this person's just had the wool pulled over everyone's eyes. Because a good person couldn't bring themselves to lie to their father. A good person couldn't bring themselves to lie to their son. A good person couldn't bring themselves to lie about how they help their parents or what they pay for their parents or whether they brought up their child solo. But this person will lie about anything. They are the devil, okay? And I'm not saying that about Sagittarius or Aries or Leo. I'm not even saying it about the other woman, because not everyone's evil. It's like the other man or the other woman. But if it's a narcissist and they're using the way that they look and how they are in bed to drain someone of money, to frighten someone, to control them, to manipulate them into early marriage, you are in danger. This is what all these cards say to me. You are in danger of experiencing this, and it's being sent to you potentially. If this hasn't already happened, then it's on its way, because you're in a very vulnerable place right now, Pisces. So just have your eyes open for someone coming towards you, you know, that you kind of like have got these rose tinted glasses on because you're just so excited to get married, just so excited to have a baby. But you know what, if you don't identify them, if they do pull the wool over your eyes, don't hate yourself, forgive yourself, because We've all done it, and anyone that hasn't done it could do it in the future, so no judgment here. Like, I have done it. I was incredibly vulnerable at the time. You know, you never think it's going to be you, but then you go through tough things in life and it happens. And it's not like you're going, oh, do you know what, I'm feeling weak right now, so I will go and choose a narcissist. No one chooses a narcissist. Narcissists are chameleons, they camouflage, they metamorphosize, okay? It's constant, so you don't see them coming really, but this is your warning. You may feel like you've had this happen a few times, but to have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I do strongly feel like you are, if you haven't already, you are going to experience one or more karmics. And it's what the universe and your angels have decided are the lessons that are going to make you stand up for yourself, make you draw a boundary because you can't take anymore. You know, this person's just openly using you. Like, it never, they'll love bomb you at the beginning. It'll be like 3 or 4 months and then it'll come out. You know, you've heard of people that change totally as soon as they get married. So you like read these stories all the time where they're just like, I can't understand, they were great, they were so good in my family, they were so charming, like they paid for everything. The marriage happens and then boom, turn out to be evil, you know, murderous, capable of dark stuff. I'm not saying that you're going to get murdered or, you know, that things are going to be that bad for you, but there will be drama. No doubt about it, there'll be drama. I'm sorry to frighten you, but, you know, it's... karmics are they're no joke. And you'll feel guilty as well because you'll smile when you think about certain things that they've done because they're capable of doing nice things for you. Like the guy I was involved with washed my hair for me, you know, like they can be gentle, they can be loving because it's mixed in with, the nastiness is mixed in with the loveliness. Stuff that's so sweet, you know, like regular boyfriends like maybe don't do. They'll do the things that are really, really sweet. You know, and that's why people get so blindsided when they turn nasty. They're like, it's like, what? You're just frozen in shock because you just can't fathom it, honestly. It's more clever than what, you know, you got to give people more credit who are fooled by narcissists because they are manipulative, nasty entities. They're really, really... They come from, narcissists are made from trauma in their childhood, very, very early on. So they leech off others, you know, emotionally, financially, and in practical sense, like to keep a roof over their head, literally. That's it. They're just in survival mode every time. They're incredibly dangerous and they're capable of breaking every law. 60% of people in prison are narcissists. Okay, so they're sociopaths, psychopaths, or they have elements of both of those. Okay, so this is new love. A person has stirred your romantic feelings. I am warning you now, Pisces. Have your eyes open, take off the rose-tinted glasses. Because you have somebody like this in your midst. What's your advice? Sorry, that's the wrong. What's your advice for Pisces, please? If this is resonating for Pisces, what is your advice? recharge. There's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. Okay, get some downtime, get some space from everything, some quiet from everything. It's very important to do that when you're working with a master manipulator, someone who's working you, operating you. My guy would cry all the time, and it pulled on my heartstrings as an empath, and then I got to the point where it's laughable because he was never not crying. And it's like I'll tell him something sad that's happened to me and he's crying, and I'm like, there's something not right about you, honestly. Like, I need someone to be supporting towards me. What's the word? Supportive towards me. I don't need them doing what babies do, which is feeling that I'm upset and crying as well. It's like, if I'm feeling weak, I need you to be able to comfort me. So that I noticed certain things were like very, very strange, and then he was like turning to his son, you know, like to support him when he was crying, like as a grown man. He was crying and crying in front of his son and expecting his son to like self-soothe him, and his son was getting manipulated by him as well, you know. And it's like there was just loads of stuff like that where I was just like, can't respect that. Like, that's really not his job to like worry about your feelings like that. I'm not saying like parents should hide everything from their kids, but it was all part of the like manipulating. Like, there was loads of stuff. When you deal with stuff like this, it drains you because there's constant drama, and no one can operate in a fight or flight mode all of the time. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, they're difficult to get rid of. They won't let go of you. Because like I said, they're chaotic people and they have to grab onto functioning people. So it's like expecting an alcoholic to give up alcohol and just find it easy. A narcissist's never going to choose to give up their addiction, which is grabbing onto people, draining them of their money. They don't see you as a person, they see you as a resource, and that's the truth. And they probably get a kick every time they think you're happy with a poem they've written. They probably get a kick every time you compliment what they look like, because it means I'm winning, I'm in control. I'm gonna like make this person open up their wallet. I'm gonna make this person like, you know, tell everyone that I'm a good guy or I'm a good girl. Like, it's a strange entity. I can't describe them as a human. I really can't, because I would never ever do the things that they've done to me. I would never do that to them. You're talking about all the laws being broken, all of them, every single one. It's dark. You've got to find a way to kind of get space from them, get away from them physically, emotionally, mentally. When you're around them, you won't be able to get your head together, honestly. Take the helm, be in control of your own ship. Oh my God. Look, there's the captain's hat there. You'll think I'm in control though, I'm choosing to be in this relationship. But where are you making those decisions from? Again, are you enjoying saying I have a boyfriend, or like, well, yeah, it looks like I've got a future now, or like, you know, I'm headed for getting a house, I'm headed for being married, I'm headed for being a husband. You know, these are the things I wanted like my entire life. Like, they will offer you up and serve it on a golden platter. Okay? Tell you what, before I get more advice, I'm gonna dig on these just in case it is the narcissist. Teasing, dangling partial truths, what have I just said? Needing answers, shifting, It's a shapeshifter. They literally lie about. Mine lied saying that he'd been in the military. His house had flooded and he lost all the photos of him in the military. He said that he was like worried about getting called up for conscription. You know, anything that would make you think, God, you're a hero. He told me he brought up his son alone. Okay, that the mother didn't want to know, that she did a runner. What actually happened was he went to jail. So his mother brought up the son. He lied about that. He lied about everything. Like, you are wrong in the head, lying about stuff like that. That is disgusting. How are you going to sleep at night? How are you going to sleep at night lying about stuff like that? He and one of his brothers actually stole money from his father's business, and the father lost the business. Something he built up over decades. Like, he betrayed everyone, every single person he betrayed that loves him, that betrayed the woman that gave birth to him. He betrayed the man that fathered him. He betrayed his son. The mother of his child, every single person he betrayed. Okay, so don't feel sorry for their sob stories. Don't see them as a hero. And don't hate yourself if you fall for it, because they're master manipulators. And hoovering is something they're doing all the time, which is operating everyone. All these people, they didn't tell me when I went to visit him and his mother and his father. There was a language barrier, so that allowed him to keep the lies. But the people that did speak English in his family, they didn't tell me he'd been in prison. They didn't tell me what for. They didn't tell me, well, I don't want to tell you too much, but there was lies upon lies upon lies. And it was stuff I was in way over my head. Way over my head. Like, because they're chaotic, they're always losing their job. They're always losing relationships. They're always committing crime. So they're probably in and out of prison. If you think how difficult it is to, and again, this is not to empathise with them, it's to be aware of their sheer desperation to manipulate anybody into thinking they are nice, to trusting them, to helping them, to feeling sorry for them. I also thought he was contributing. This is the thing, right? It wasn't just, oh, he's taking all your money, why didn't he get onto it? It seemed like he was paying for stuff, but he was actually calling upon people that he was operating. He was begging them for favours. So he would say to me, I'll pay for this week, you pay for next week. And then he was getting everything on favours of people. Like, there's so many. He lied about people that he was working for. He lied about people that he's working with. It's like, when we all started speaking to each other, because they were falling out with him, the people that were working with him, they spoke to me and they revealed, I said, this is what he's been saying, that he pays for all of the rent and you just pay for the food. And the work colleague that was living with him said, the rent is free, we live in the accommodation for free, the company pays for it. And he knew what he said was, I'm paying this guy's rent, as well as mine, because he's upset, he needs to put his daughter through like university. Can you believe that? Like, so not only is he lying to me, but he's making himself look like this knight in shining armour. I was like, oh my God, is there nothing this guy won't do? Like, it's like, you are a knobhead. you're more than a knobhead, you're evil, because honest to God there was more, but it's like a living hell. When you start to talk to each other and you find out what they've been saying, he was sleeping with prostitutes, he was like having other relationships in other countries, he was like, you know, and I'm telling you stuff here that's like embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me, it's humiliating. But I don't learn these things to keep them to myself. It was distressing and I got over it and healed from it by opening up. I was so scared to tell my parents that this man was in our lives who was all of these terrible things. But I told them, and luckily they were understanding. Luckily my sister was understanding, and I think more of us are experiencing narcissistic abuse in our lifetimes than what we may realise, you know. This person smashed up property, you know, when I refused to give him more money, when I refused to see him in a nice light, when I wanted to break up with him, he smashed up property. You know, he was bleeding, like, it's scary. You don't just walk away from a narcissist. They have the last say, according to them. So I don't judge people, okay? I don't judge people because I've lived it, and I only got away from it because he had a warrant out for his arrest. Again, something else I didn't know. And he was arrested, so he physically can't get to me. Like, he can't argue with me breaking up with him because he's been arrested and he's in jail. So if you understand that other people are dealing with narcissists, you know, who may have weapons, they may be armed, they may beat you, people in your life, threaten to hurt people in your life, smash up property, draw attention to you to get you into trouble. You understand it's not as simple as just knowing what's happening and walking away. They will come and find you. It's often a case where you have to plan your exit, you have to know that you're going to leave, and you have to, you know, engineer like a full-on strategic exit. And you have to have told lots of people in your life, you know, that this is the plan, this is what's happening. And it's just scaring me, it's upsetting me, because I've realised retrospectively how lucky I am that he's in jail. And I do really, like, I'm aware of a few people in my life that their person is not in jail and they have restraining orders against them and all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't stop them. It doesn't stop them, and they keep coming back like a bad penny, you know, despite operating numerous other men or women. They come back like a bad penny, because you're just resources that they cycle around. It's very difficult to get away from them, so it's better to not get into it than to be trying to get away from it. Does that make sense? But it's I mean, if you've already experienced it, I'm preaching to the converted, but do talk to other people, because they, you know, my mum had experienced that earlier on in her life, and she could see how distressed I was, how embarrassed I was, how humiliated I was, how scared I was, that, you know, my family weren't going to forgive me because this person had been around my nephews, and, you know, it's just it's terrifying, actually. Beloved wisdom. Love is a choice you make every day, so choose wisely. Bloody hell, that couldn't be any more spot on, could it? Choose wisely. New love, beloved wisdom, recharge, take the helm. Jesus Christ, it couldn't be any more clear, guys. Dangling partial truths need an answer shifting. I'm not going to get a message from them because I just think that's pointless. It'll be lies anyway. Let's get a final advice. Actually, not a final. I've got 2 more, but I'm worried we're getting to an hour. Fox and clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. Okay, so there's good people as much as there are bad people. So we're not saying don't get involved with anybody, but have your eyes open and choose wisely. And look how loving and caring this relationship is. But I also see that not as love, I actually see that as a father or mother with their child. So you tell people that you trust and that you know want the best for you, you tell them what's happening, you know, and be vulnerable to the people that you should be vulnerable to. Intentions. Today is a fresh start. No matter how my day was yesterday, I can make of today whatever I want. My intention for the day is fill the gap. Write your intention and tape this card behind your door so you may remember as you leave your house. Okay, so whether that's positive self-talk, positive affirmations, you know, like I want love, I deserve love and I will have love. I trust divine timing. I trust, you know, that I have lessons to learn. I'm grateful for the lessons that I'm learning. I'm grateful that I am becoming wiser. I'm grateful that my loved ones forgive me. I forgive myself. For the future, I would like to be strong, independent, capable, you know, self-abundant, self-assured, confident in who I am. Love myself, you know, love the way that I look, love the way that I'm killing it in work, you know, build a strong career, have a home for myself, like love yourself. And then in the future, when it's the right time, think about the person that you would like, think about the qualities in someone that you're looking for, okay? But your number one thing to do right now in response to all of this is to love yourself. Be proud of who you are. Be aware of how much you do have to lose, even if that's a car, even if that's, you know, a strong work ethic, even if that's a supportive family, even if that's a warm home, or, you know, it doesn't have to be somewhere that you own. It's not about status in life. It's about knowing that every single person, it's all relative, because people living on the streets, there's people living in abusive situations, there's people, you know, that have like very poor qualifications, or they're uneducated, they're illiterate. It's all relative. So whether you think you haven't got assets or have got assets, whether you think you've got savings or no savings, it doesn't matter. It's all relative. There are millions of people around the world in a more vulnerable situation than you. This narcissist is coming for you and they want what you've got, okay? Whether that's a respectable reputation, you're trusted and valued and loved in the community. You know, you can be someone that doesn't have a lot of money but be well thought of and have lots of, like, a big strong network of people that have got resources around you. Start to look at things in a different way. If you haven't got a criminal record, you are someone who is, you know, with the world at your feet. The minute you've got a criminal record, you're shackled, okay, by that, and you are so limited as to where you can work and what you can achieve, and you start having to take casual labour and you start, selling stuff you shouldn't, and you've got so much more than you think you have, really, honestly and truly. And the way to make a fresh start is to have clear intentions for yourself. And if that is, earn more money, get a higher paid job, or secure a mortgage, or get onto a course so that you can earn more money so that you can get a mortgage. If it's to, find nicer clothing so that you can feel good no matter what your size is, do your hair a different way, go for a new haircut. Anything can make you feel like a new woman or a new man. If it's to surround yourself with people that want the best for you and encourage you and always tell you well done. I've had people in my life that can't say, you look good today, or I like your top, or I like your hair. And I've got people who are so happy to tell me, like, I really like that jacket, or I really like your hair today. If someone can't bear to give you a compliment, they don't really like you. They're jealous of you. Again, it's about knowing your worth and not accepting people who say they want to spend time with you but can't tell you well done for passing your course, or they can't tell you well done for, like, they got to point out that they got a higher score than you. They've got to point out that they've got a better car than you, or they're pissed off that you've got a better car than them. Why have you got that car and I haven't? Why did that person ask you out and not me? That is not a friend. That's not someone who's encouraging or supportive. Just start to weed out the people. Be more discerning, cherry pick, and do some weeding out. Do a Facebook call. Don't give all your information away to people, that don't need to know it. You've got nothing to prove to anyone but yourself. Intentions can be tiny. It can be like, I'm going to speak in a more positive way to myself. You could have the same intention for a week or two, because you might have to remind yourself and stop yourself a few times. This is a really good, I love this deck. It's mindful messages, and it's all about how you talk to yourself and understanding what you need, listening to your body, speaking the right way to yourself. Very, very important to retrain the brain through cognitive behavioural therapy. You retrain yourself where you've gone off track and you may have started saying not nice things to yourself. On the quiet, like, oh, what have you eaten? Again, you didn't need to do that, you say fat or something like that. Like, that's just an example. Little nasty things that you say to yourself all the time are like, oh, you spent money again, you're always doing that, you're never going to have savings. We say nasty stuff to ourselves, like, so often. But how many things have you dealt with today? Like the jerks that are, like, speeding past you and aggressively driving. You've driven safely to work today. You haven't let idiots, like, affect you on the roads. Well done. You solved that really well today. You navigated around that situation when that child came up to you and, said whatever. You didn't lose your temper. You're a really calm person. You're very wise. Well done. We don't congratulate ourselves. We just expect ourselves to do all these things. And then when we do something because we want to be perfect, we tell ourselves something really nasty. So think about whether you are filling up that cup or emptying it out. Are you your own emotional punch bag? Maybe you should be more proud of who you are, yeah? So this was a really long one, but it's because somebody somewhere needs it. Okay, so I'll cut it down. I'll take off the beginning and maybe a bit from the end because I've gone on a lot, but it's important. Like, I only keep the reading shorter really for upload time, but I just feel like if you really need it, you need it, Okay, take care. If it resonates or you think could help someone else out there who is going through this, please give it a like, a share, subscribe, follow, repost. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one, Pisces.